Okay, y'all, I'm starting off with pushing the cuticle back. This step isn't really needed. You can use a cuticle bit to really get it underneath the cuticle, but I just decided to do this. So I decided to push the cuticle back, okay? Next, you are going to clean the cuticle, and that's what I'm using right now as a bit. I like to use that bit for toes, but I like to use it for hands too, but yeah, specifically for toes just because it does a faster job at getting underneath that cuticle. Then I'm going to remove the shine off of the nail so everything that we're about to do can stick well to her nails and I don't have to worry about it popping off. She doesn't have to worry about it popping off just because you put pressure on it. So that's why it's important to remove the shine, and I really focus on removing that shine. Y'all gonna see. You will see in a bit how to know if you did a good job at cleaning that cuticle. You will see in a bit. Okay? Just keep watching.
Personality, everything you do makes me love everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly. I can't deny, I got a crush on you. That's truly, I'm digging you. You make me believe your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Oh yeah, baby, your love is one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long.
Now, right here is where I'm putting dehydrator, and this right here is the part is where you're gonna see that. You see how it turned white after I put the dehydrator? It turned white. That's how you know you did a good job at removing the shine from the natural nail, and that you're going to have good retention. You have to see the nails get white. That's how you know you're gonna get good retention. And then, yeah, I'm going in with primer after dehydrate. I like to do. You're supposed to dehydrate first and then put primer. And since this is polygel, you are going to need to apply a base coat. And so that's what I do here in this clip right here. I'm applying base coat, and it does need to go under a UV nail lamp for 30 seconds. It doesn't need to be long because the polygel does need a tacky layer for it to adhere to. So that's what I'm doing here. Applying that base coat, and we're going to cure it for 30 seconds. I'm showing you guys the product that I'm going to be using, the brand name of polygel that I'm going to be using. It's white, and you guys are going to see the quality of it. It's really nice, gummy, easy to work with. Now, mind y'all, I'm new to this polygel. I'm still learning my way about it. So I could do better at not applying so much product because you guys will see in a bit that these tools were kind of bulky. And so you want to save yourself time. You do not want to make bulky nails. Yes, there's ways to go around it to debulk the nails, but it's like you want to save yourself time. You want to work efficiently and fast. So yeah, but I'm going easy on myself right now because I'm new to this. I just started incorporating polygel, so I'm just learning my way around it now. So I realize my flaws, my mistakes right now that I'm making. Right now is just making the nails are just too bulky. I want to save time and not apply too much product. So that's all I need to work on. And so yeah, just don't apply so much product when you're taking the polygel. You don't need to apply so much product like I did here because the free edge of the toes was bulky. But you could push it back. There's a way, but this is just polygel is not like acrylic. Even though it's self-paced, and you're not racing against time. It's like acrylic, I could push it back. There's a way I could do it to push it back, but with polygel, it's like it messes up the shape when I do that. So there's pros and cons with working with polygel versus acrylic. I love both. And with polygel, it will not set until you cure it. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm curing it so I can work and add more. I want to build the apex, so I'm curing it for like 15 seconds. It doesn't need to be 30 seconds, just 15 seconds. And I'm adding more because obviously that wasn't enough. So yeah, I want to fill the whole nail plate. You don't have to do that. You could just file that down and put a builder gel over top of it and all that extraness, but I'm not doing all that. So we're just going to build it with the polygel. Okay.
I'm digging you. You make me believe your love is more than a million. You goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Oh yeah, all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an visions that we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. I wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. Come through, I think I need you here. I swear it's time to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love. For gravity, I'd rather stay up here. We can get away. You give all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Turn me inside out. that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an episode how we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, come through, I think I need you here. I swear it's hard to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love. For gravity, I'd rather stay up here. We can get away. You give all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Need no one else, you're all I need. Personality, everything you do, it's me love, everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly. I can't deny, I got a crush on you, that's true indeed. I'm digging you, you make me believe. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Oh yeah, all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an episode how we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right trying to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love. For gravity, I'd rather stay up here. We can get away. You get all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long.
Now, after you cure the whole nails for 60 seconds under UV nail lamp, you're going to wipe the nails with alcohol or acetone to remove that tacky layer. It has a sticky tacky layer that you want to remove before you drill it, before you file it. You need to wipe it down because you will ruin your bits and files if you go straight into it without wiping that tacky layer. You have to wipe that tacky layer off. And that's it. After you wipe the tacky layer off, you can file, drill, do whatever you need to do to get that crispy nail shape and make it look beautiful.
Turn me inside out, make my heart speak. Need no one else, you're all I need. Personality, everything you do, it's me love, everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly. You can't deny, I got a crush on you, that's truly. I'm digging you, you make me believe. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. All day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling.
So I'm going in with my nail drill to debulk the nail and to shape it and to also clean underneath that free edge to debulk it and to not make it so thick. I want it to be thin. So yeah, you're gonna see me go in with this drill and this drill bit and clean the free edge and shape it up and debulk it. See, but as you get better, you want to avoid debulking a nail and having to spend so much time on cleaning up the free edge. That you want to get better at doing that. I with acrylic I am better at it, but like I said, I just started with this polygel, so it's like I'm not being so hard on myself with that. It's like I'm gonna learn my way. I need to stop. The thing about it is, I do good with the ratio when it comes to the ratio for the polygel because with this polygel, you do not want to flood the cuticle with alcohol. You want to make sure that the brush has enough and not too much, but not too little. Because if it's too little, it's not going to stick to the brush. And if it's too much, it's going to be slippery. And then also you want to, it's like acrylic. It's the same approach with acrylic. You want to move the polygel close to the cuticle area, but you also don't want to flood the cuticle area. And because polygel is not like acrylic, so it's not the polygel itself is not the thing to worry about flooding the cuticle. What you need to worry about flooding the cuticle is the actual liquid of the alcohol. Like if your brush has too much liquid on it, it will flood the cuticle and it will affect the polygel adhering and sticking to the nails. And you don't want that because then eventually lifting will cause and the nail will come off clean because you flooded the cuticle before the polygel could even stick to it. So yeah. So just make sure you get good at that. Bulking nails is not really that much of a problem. It's just you don't want to flood the cuticle. You can always fix a bulky nail, but flooding the cuticle, lifting will happen. It will happen. That's why you want to avoid flooding the cuticle. All right, guys, and yeah, pretty much you guys are gonna see me just continue to drill, debulk the nails, shape the free edge. Then I'm gonna file, and then I'm gonna apply top coat, and you guys are gonna see the finishing touch of my finishing product. You're gonna see the beautiful white polygel toes. This polygel color looks white, but it can come off as off white, and it can also give off milky white. because it's not really a strong white. You know what I'm saying? Like a hack that you guys could do also, but I didn't do it here. You could not have to add so much polygel, and or even with acrylic too. Like when you're dealing with a color that's not so pigmented, you could just use the color gel and apply a gel coat on top of that acrylic that matches that color. Like let's say if you was doing a white acrylic and the white acrylic is looking like milky, but the person wanted white, not milky, then you apply a layer of that colored gel, the white. So in this instance, I said white. So you will put white gel on top of that, and there you go. That's just another hack, just so you're not having to spend time on trying to add more product. So that's just a hack, but I didn't do it here because I want to build that foundation on a nail. It needs a foundation, so I know that even if it was to get banged up against something, the nails are not gonna pop off. That's why I had to build that apex even on the toes. Like it needs structure. It cannot just be super thin. It needs structure, okay? But it's not supposed to be too thick either. You'll know when you do nails. You'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways, guys, I'm just gonna say bye now. Bye for right now because that's gonna be the end of my voice. I love you, especially if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to me. And I hope to see you guys again. Bye-bye. Have a blessed one.
Not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an ever since we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. Come through, I think I need you here. I swear it's hard to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love. For gravity, I'd rather stay up here. We can get away. You give all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Turn me inside out. make my heart beat. Need no one else. You're all I need. Personality, everything you do. It's me, love, everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly. Can't deny, I got a crush on you. That's truly, I'm digging you. You make me believe your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Oh yeah, all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an episodes that we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. But I wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, come through, I think I need you here. I swear it's time to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love. For gravity, I'd rather stay up here. We can get away.
You give all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Need no one else, you're all I need. Personality, everything you do. It's me, love, everything about you.